But just quickly in the NBA, Paul George is back in Los Angeles for 5 years. And I
Freaking
tweeted about
cares. They're
Who
a
cares?
bum
He
team.
sucks.
They'll always be a bum
They
team.
are a
They'll
bum
never make it
team.
past the second round.
What do you
But
mean? Paul
but-
George back with his trainer when he had his like second or third in MVP. He's gonna be just like that.
as long
Side of the
as long-
backboard.
as
Was this
long
trainer
as
the guy that
Paul,
was with him when he
best.
snapped his leg in 20 pieces?
That was probably my
Favorite
favorite
moment
moment
of
of
the
the
bubble.
NBA season. Just like
Paul George hitting it
wide
with the
open
side
in
of the backboard.
the Clippers
wide open in the
favorite to
corner,
win
clangs off the side of the
the
back.
NBA
Actually, you know what my
championship.
favorite moment was?
And then they blew a lead.
OG Anunoby hitting the corner 3 in Game 3 of the Eastern Conference semifinals
Oh,
against the
God.
Boston Celtics. That was my
That
favorite
was-
moment of the season.
You're literally the most annoying Boston fan in history of the world. It's so annoying.
Relax, they won the series, guy.
I should have swept them.
There's
It's whatever.
4-game
Win to win,
series,
win
1
to
and
win.
7.
Win to win. Win to win.
Shout out Taco Fall. It's his birthday today. He was guarding the inbounds on that play.
Big
Taco's
talk.
birthday. Big talk 22, I think. But anyways, as long as Kawhi and Paul George want to stay in LA, and as long as the Clippers want them, they are going to both stay there their entire careers because they are treated like royalty in
Yes.
Los Angeles.
Mhm.
Question.
What
Quick question.
Okay.
ish?
Does Paul George staying – what do you guys think Paul George staying with the Clippers, does this change their championship odds?
No.
I just
He was
want
already
to
under
know.
contract for
He
this
was-
year. It's just an extension.
It was an
I just want to know.
extending.
Do you think
No.
this changes anything?
They lost losing
Harrell.
Montrezl Harrell.
They're going to lose
is
the
huge.
will.
Yes. Like that team is falling
I can
apart
also see Pat.
around
I
them.
can see Pat Beverly requesting a trade halfway through the season as
Yeah.
well.
They're losing the entire team around Paul
Hey,
George
they got
and
Luke
Kawhi.
Kennard. He's a bucket.
All right. whatever.
Serge Ibaka.
Serge Ibaka.
What's
Serge
up, fun
Ibaka's,
guy?
Like 42 years old.
Oh yeah, facts. He's back with Kawhi. I didn't even realize that. That actually lit.
What it do,
What it do,
baby? Hey, yo, this is fun guy.
I'm here with the fun guy.
But yeah, like
Hey,
Freaking-
what it do, baby?
the Clippers pissed me off, and I don't know if it was
And they have Tyler.
management. I don't know if it was management or if it was Doc, but I can't see it being Doc. But the fact that Kawhi got to live in San Diego and be like an hour late to every practice because he got to live out there, like
Yeah.
that doesn't. That makes me
Yeah,
so mad.
I'm telling you, the entire team, other than Kawhi and Paul George, are just gonna.
Hashtag Philip
they're-
Rivers.
They're not gonna want to.
Mhm.
Like they're not gonna want to play in that system. It's a system that's just totally corrupt, and it's just it's not a good fit for anybody except for Paul George and Kawhi. So if you
Mhm.
want to basically be told you're not going to be treated as well as our top two players, and if you don't like that, too bad. Why would you want to go there?
It's true.
yeah, they
You know,
missed their window.
I'm going to disagree with you. Well, I guess if I understand what you're trying to say, I don't even think Paul George and Kawhi Leonard are fit for each other. They
No,
played the
I don't
exact
think
same
so
game.
either.
They played the exact same game. It's ridiculous. I never thought like Kobe and LeBron would ever be a good fit for each other. They were the two best players in the league when back in the early,
If it's
back
Kobe
in
and
the late
LeBron, you
2000s.
don't need to.
They're the
it doesn't
exact
matter.
same player. I mean, Kawhi and
Not
Paul
back
George
then, though. Not back then.
Well, fine, whatever. They both scored. They couldn't play make. They both played average, did better.
I feel
above
like they
average
would have been a
defense.
nice duo. But anyways, go on.
I just think that Kawhi Leonard and Paul George don't fit. They play the exact same game. They're paying the guys they're giving them 2 max contracts to do the exact same thing, and that causes conflicts. I think on the offensive end because they don't have a playmaker. They never had a playmaker. That's what
Why they
killed them
needed
last year.
Chris Paul. But
Yeah,
they didn't
but
get
everyone
Chris
needs
Paul.
Chris Paul. I think Chris Paul's is a very underrated player and is one of the most compatible guys with any team in the NBA because of
Well,
his
and he only has
scoring
like
and
3 good
playmaking
years
ability.
left.
Yeah,
He only
I
has
think
3
Chris.
good
I
years
think he
left.
still is. I think any team he goes on, he's going to make better no matter what because of
Yeah.
his scoring and playmaking ability.
There are only 2 players that can go on a team and on any team and just make a direct impact: Chris Paul and LeBron James. That's
Yeah,
what I think.
that's for the most part it. I mean, my brain won't go through every player in the league, but Chris Paul, LeBron James are the first names that come to mind because
Yeah.
they play make. So they're the 2 best playmakers in the NBA, and they also, especially Chris Paul. I mean, LeBron obviously he has confidence in his jump shot, but his jump shot's not good. He can't score from the line. Chris Paul can score in every single facet of the game, and they're all, in my opinion, Chris Paul is not that they're old, but Chris Paul is a very, very good basketball player.